Hey guys, how you doing? Got off a little early today. Decided to go look for a hiking trail in my own backyard, if you would. I was having troubles finding places to get out to, just for the day, or to go out enjoying a little hiking. Not so much a day camp, or I'm sorry, an overnighter. But I came down along the river today and started walking along. There are some established paths behind me, about a mile or so, but those are, like I said, maintained paths, more public use. This is down on the river itself. I had to walk through some thicket to get here. I doubt that this gets much use, but anyway, I'm going to see if I can get a fire started. We've had it's pretty cold weather. As you can see, the river's froze, and it's been down to the single digits and below. Wind chill's been down below zero quite a bit. So everything's kind of wet and nasty. But I'm going to try and pick some of the taller grass and see if I can get a fire going and maybe cook up the Bush favorite, top ramen noodles. Let me get the camera repositioned and we'll see what we can do here. Okay, I've set myself up a bit of a fire lay. It's probably not the best, but I cleared out some of this ground stuff. Even though it's wet, as it starts getting hot, I don't want to take a chance of a fire. I'm not going to have a large fire anyway, but I just want to pull some of that back, plus it's wet. And I took my tinder that I was getting, sorry for the shakiness there, and my small twigs, and I set them on top of my gear to keep them up off the ground and to keep them from conducting any moisture from the ground. Let's break that up and see what we can do here. Okay, take my tinder. I picked this up off the top of the plants, I would have had time, the best thing I could have done is pick some up and put it in my pocket or near my body to warm it up and dry it a bit. Even with my tinder, I laid it on top of my gear over there. Always pick your gear up. Too easy to forget about it. Well, the noodles are about done. Getting a little windy here. Got a little beverage to go along with the noodles. I'm going to enjoy that in a minute. It's a little chilly out here. Something I want to touch on while I'm out here. In one of my other videos, I was talking about unforgotten things, or common things that we forget to add to our EDC. And in that video, I was talking about glasses. Those of us that wear glasses, you know, it's just an everyday thing. We have them. You know, and I suggested having a second or third pair put back in your gear, your EDC, or your bug out bag. Even if it's an old pair that the prescription just isn't right. But anyway, you can go watch that video if you want. I've kind of been redoing my everyday carry and been looking a little bit at my urban carry. Vit Normbo wanted me to make a video on my urban carry, and that's got me thinking about some of the things I carry, and I've kind of been, revamping it a little bit. But something I added that I've been carrying a lot lately, and thought I'd throw that suggestion out to you. And those guys that were in the military, of course, know dog tags. These are not my dog tags from when I was in the Marine Corps, but a set that I ordered offline. They still work. They've got the rubber shields on them to keep them quiet. But might be something you might want to think about adding to your EDC. You know, you can have whatever information you want on it, your blood type, your name, any information. Ah, look at this. I go to the woods, still a train's right on time, just like at home. Well, while the train was going by, I went ahead and finished off my ramens and working on my beverage there a little bit. But as I was saying, before the train so rudely interrupted, might want to think about adding some dog tags to your everyday carry. Like I said, I got these made online, you know, and I had them designed with the same information that was on my Marine Corps dog tags. You know, you can put whatever you want on there, but good idea for identification. I would get a pretty stout chain. The chain that I have is pretty weak. I actually think I want to get a little bit stouter, but I do wear a shorter chain. I don't like a long chain, too much chance of getting caught on something. This is a little bit of a pain to get on and off, but I like it that way. Just, you know, just drop it in. Something you might want to consider too is adding a dog tag to your pack. You know, I wouldn't hang it on the outside of the pack. I would put it on the inside again with a pretty stout chain. You know, you don't want to be walking through the brush and have it get caught on something and snap and then drop your dog tags. You might not want to carry them in your wallet either. I made that mistake. That's the reason I don't have my Marine Corps dog tags anymore. My chain had broke. Not even sure how that happened, but it did. And I got the wise idea to stick them in my wallet. Well, the guy I was working with, another old Marine, he says, well, I wouldn't carry them that way. If you lose your wallet, you lost your dog tags. I said, that's not going to happen. Guess what? I don't have that wallet anymore, and I've also lost those dog tags. So I always try to make sure I carry it with me on a chain. You know, it's just a good idea to have a set of dog tags with you. You never know when something may happen. You know, you never know when you might get separated from your gear or your wallet. Like I said, it to be an everyday carry, not necessarily camping. You know, if you're out bushcrafting somewhere and you have your pack and your wallets in it, you're usually not going to be too far from it. But you know, an everyday carry, if something happens and you get in an accident, you're without your ID, it'd be nice to have a set of dog tags on in case something happens. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. You know, I might be way off on that, but leave some suggestions and comments what you think, and tell me what you thought about the video. And anyway, I'm going to put this fire out and clean up the mess and get it back to the way it was when I got here. Always make sure you have enough water to drink with, to cook with, and to put out any fires.